Hello, 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 and happy day to you. I hope that you're having a great day. So I am just going to get right to it. I want to share an experience that I had last night with my daughter. It's like sitting on me. I need to share it because, man, it's so like legitimately clear in my mind to practice this every single day and to embrace it. So I'm first going to tell you the story of what happened before like my body and my mind kind of brought this out. So I'm on this healing journey, as everybody probably is aware of, which includes a lot of like acupuncture and therapy and all that kind of stuff. And something my acupuncturist had said to me the other day when she was doing a Reiki session was that my inner voice knows, the inner whisper knows, and to embrace it. And so last night, Layla was having a really hard time falling asleep. She's laying in bed and she's tossing and turning and she's like, "Mom, I can't fall asleep. I cannot fall asleep." And I said, "Okay." So I said, "I'm going to do a little mindful body scan with you." And I don't know if you've ever tried like doing a mindful body scan for bedtime. It's really helpful, you guys. You can just YouTube it, a guided mindful body scan for bedtime. If you have like Spotify or Amazon Prime or anything like that, you should be able to search that and bring up some different mindful body scans for bedtime meditation and that kind of stuff. And it's super helpful. It's really, really relaxing. I always get conked out by it. Anyways, I'm going to try not to make this video too long for you, but I really want to get the message out, and by getting the message out, I need to share kind of the journey of last night and where it was and where it led to. So I decided to do like a body scan on her, but instead of like a typical body scan where, you start at your head and you kind of point or talk about each section of your body and how it's feeling and just being mindful of it and being aware of it and all of those things. We had earlier talked about our senses. So, most people have 5 senses. Maybe you lack a sense or 2, and that's okay. You still typically would have, at least 3 senses. You have your sense of sight, your touch, your smell, your taste, your hearing, right? So you have these 5 senses. And so I decided to, whatever the inner me, my voice, my whisper, decided to talk about the senses and the experiences that she experienced yesterday in a positive way. And so I started with her eyes, and as I'm talking about these senses, I kind of tapped along the way for her. And so, it was like, okay, your eyes. Think about what your eyes had seen today that was pleasant for you, that made you smile, that made you feel good. And throughout the day, I had seen her do different things. And she had also told me about different experiences that she had throughout her day, because something that I always ask them is like, what was your most favorite part of your day? Anyway, so that opens up a conversation in our home. And so then, and again, I told her, don't tell me, you don't have to tell me, just think about it in your mind. Okay, just be mindful about it and think about it. And then I went to her nose. I tapped the tip of her nose. I said, take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And she took a couple deep breaths. And I said, I want you to be aware of the smells that you smelled today. I said, maybe there was a food that was cooking that smelled really delicious, or maybe you were outside and you had smelled something that was really pleasant. I want you to think about the smells that you smelt and what made you feel good. And I went to hearing, again, another sense that we have. And I said, think about the things that you heard. Maybe it was somebody laughing that made you feel really good and bubbly, or the voice of somebody that you had seen, today for the first time in a while, or Maybe it was a certain song that you heard that really brought joy to your body. And then I went to taste, think about the food that you tasted. Maybe it was the carrots that you dipped in your favorite dip, and how the dip may have tasted tangy or sweet, and how that food nourished your body and felt when it hit your stomach, right? And so I went through all those senses, and your touch. And when I got to the touch one, I said, think about something that you had touched today that you liked the feel of it. And she had made this like slimy, goopy stuff after school. And I said, maybe it was the goop, right, that you made. And she smiled and she started laughing, and she was like, the moth's wings. And I was like, the moth's wings, because they had buried a moth at school. And she said, I really liked how smooth they were, right? So she was recalling all of these positive things. And that's not even the thing that I want to share with you guys. Like, it's part of it. It's the journey into what I actually want to share. And by the end, like, after we went over our senses, I ended with like a grounding, our feet. Think about how your feet grounded you today by hitting the floor and allowing you to walk and run and dance and do these things. Anyways, and then she was basically, I'm almost positive she was asleep by the time I got to her feet, like zonked out. But I continued to talk, and I continued to talk, because it was my whisper, my voice in here, that just was bringing out all the things that needed to be brought out. And this was the one thing that really stuck with me with this, was I had said, we feel different emotions throughout our day. We feel angry, we feel sad, we feel happy, we feel joy, we feel all these different things. And it's okay to feel those, those negative emotions, the anger and the sadness and that stuff. But it's important to not be stuck in those places. It's important to not get stuck in those places. And we have these 5 senses, typically. Like I said, most of us have 5 senses that we are able to harness on a day-to-day basis. And a lot of us get so stuck in like, just going all the time. I've been there. I'm there a lot of the time, and we get sidetracked and we get, what is the word that I'm looking for? Distracted, by the things around us in a negative way. We don't take the time to be mindful of our day-to-day activity and our moment-to-moment activity. And we almost get stuck and sidetracked and distracted into like a negative awareness. And so all of a sudden it was just like this light bulb had hit me at that moment. This light bulb turned on, and it was like, holy crap. We have the opportunity, we have the ability to literally find joy and find happiness or find pleasure or find fulfillment or satisfaction. How would I say that word? Feeling satisfied. Like every moment of our lives. Right? We have these 5 senses. So even if you're sitting in a room, and I'm literally sitting in her room and she's like asleep by this point, and I'm saying all of this aloud because it needed to come out. But we could be sitting in a room, and maybe we don't like the people that are in the room, and we don't like the colors of the room, and we don't like the smell that's in the room or whatever. But we could be mindful, look around our space and our awareness, and maybe there's a song in the background that we hear that we really like. And if we focus on that, right? How does that make you feel? That can bring that joy into it. So we oftentimes focus on the negative and the bad and the crap. But man, if you look around you and you are mindful of your surroundings and your everything, you can pick out at least one thing that fuels you in a positive way. You can pick out something that just helps you feel satisfied, helps you feel happy, helps you feel joy, helps you feel good, right? And so I encourage you that when you're feeling or you're kind of stuck into the sadness, or you're feeling angry, or you're feeling anxious, or you're feeling, something that's just overwhelming or whatever, have a look around your surroundings. Have a look around you. Relax your eyes. Relax your eyebrows. Remove your tongue from the roof of your mouth, because we typically will sit there, if you notice sitting here watching right now or listening, that your tongue is like stuck to the roof of your mouth. So relax your tongue. Relax your jaw. Relax your shoulders. Look around your room or wherever you are. Maybe you're outside sitting. And utilize your senses. What can you feel around your body? Is there something that you can feel that feels really good and satisfying and makes you, have happy memories? Is there something that you can visually see to bring into your awareness? Is there, a plant that you look at and it just brings a smile to your face? Or maybe there's a picture or a certain color, like in your room, maybe you have the wall painted this beautiful peachy color that just brings you so much joy, right? Look around you. Maybe there's a person that when you look at them and you smile and you see their smile radiate back at you, it just brings you such warm feelings, right? Use your sense of smell. Take a deep breath. What are you smelling in this moment, right? If you utilize your 5 senses, not all at once necessarily, but if you can be mindful of them and be aware of them, literally every single moment of your day, you can find joy, you can find happiness, you can be satisfied, you can feel good. Anyways, so that is my TED Talk for today. And that was what was on my heart, my mind. Like I said, I was putting her to bed last night and it just like a light bulb came to me, and it was like, holy crap, because we're not aware. Typically, in this life right now that we're living, we are distracted by so many things, and we do not embrace our senses. We don't embrace the things around us. But when you see it, when you get it, and maybe you're listening to this and it's like, Haley, you've gone crazy. Maybe that's what you're thinking, and that's fine, because when you see it and when you get it and when you understand it, it's like, boom, holy cow. It's crazy. And so what I'm going to do moving forward is I want to practice this. I want to practice being consciously aware of my day-to-day things. I want to be conscious. I am conscious of my surroundings. I'm aware of my surroundings, and I choose to allow my senses to pick up something good, day-to-day, moment-to-moment. Think of the impact that's going to make on your day if you choose to be mindful, when you choose to be aware, when you choose to slow down and really pay attention. Just think about the positive impact that's going to create for you, what it's going to do for you, and the trajectory of positive outcomes. Like, nobody can touch that. Nobody can touch that. Legit. And it's an awesome feeling. It's really good. Anyway, so that's what I have to share with you today. And I hope that you guys have the most amazing day. See ya.